Hi everyone, Debbie Cork here. This is the next journal that I finished. Been absent for a bit of a while because I've been doing ICAD for the last couple of months. This one I think I started well before that and just didn't get around to finishing it. I decided to do a scouting one because I've been involved with the Scout and Guide movement for over about 30 years and had lots of resources but actually didn't want to keep all of them. And while I was going through, I found some lovely sort of vintage ones back to the 1930s, which I thought would be really nice to make a small journal. So this one is it's not very big at all. It's 6.5 inches tall by 4.5 inches wide, and it just has a 1/2 inch spine, and you can see it has one signature. So it was 13 pages folded in half, funny sort of number. Which gives about 50 pages to decorate all in all. It's a really nice size if you've not done one before and you're just wanting to do one. I used the cover from one of the books because it was rather nice. And this is actually belonged to my mother-in-law when she was in scouting. So we come from a family of scouting. When I first started this, which was some time ago, it was going to be just about scouting in general. But as I came on, I found it was more and more sort of vintage papers that I'd got. So I used an old Scout magazine that was falling apart and just picked out things that would give a flavour of scouting rather than a whole textbook. So things that were very indicative of the uniform and how to plait a woggle. All language which is very familiar if you've come up through the Scouts and Guides, but actually probably is quite new if you haven't. But there are some really nice old pictures in here and things that were very familiar that I learnt as a guide and many generations before and after me. This was actually a pocket that I made. Don't make them very often. These were thanks to Joey Defee. She's got lots of ideas for pockets. Just thought it'd be quite nice to use a few. And covered the various themes that scouting covers, so the country code, things that were all done in there, woodmanship. I used a variety of magazine pages for the actual pages and scrapbook paper and old maps. This is one of the linen maps, so quite tricky to stick anything onto, but it did eventually. There's another pocket. With a list of equipment that you'd need if you were going camping, which I thought was quite fun. Again, this is an advert from a magazine. The pages are very frail, so on some of those I've stuck them onto other things so that they've got a bit more durability. Pioneering and camping. And the actual flavour of the book became vintage, although I'd already put this piece in the middle. So I decided to leave it in because it was such a lovely piece of paper. There's modern day camping, together with the more old fashioned type of fires and things that we used to use. And it was interesting to do. Meant I haven't had to save all of the resources that I had, which would have taken up quite a lot of space. Various old stamps here. And advert for the Gang Show, which people will remember, was a type of concert if you're not familiar with the Scouts. More lashings and things, and a semaphore man, which I thought was quite funny. And it's a very nice, easy one to do with it only being one signature. It was very easy to put together. It's another pocket with some first aid sort of images on. That one was rather nice. And some adverts about Bob a Job Week, which we all used to do, and then the actual signing off sheet that was in the actual original book, which is nice to keep as that has family memories. And then another cover just to give it a bit of strength from another old book that I'd used. So there you have it, one scouting journal. Thanks very much.